stand tall, all together now, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Let's go, let's up, one time, go get it. It's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, let's up, one time, go get it. It's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, raise up, that's right, roll with it. It's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, Yeah, let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, raise up, that's right, ride with it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, cause we warriors. Yeah, cause we warriors. Yeah, let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়োট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে PowerUp সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
start দিব। Hello guys, how are you all doing? I am Faxer and I welcome you all to the lower bracket finals of ESPL Invitational Cup Series 5. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have got Mercenariez going up against LarioX Esports. The map picks have come in. Well, we can see LarioX going for that usual Ascent pick of theirs. On the other side, Mercenariez going for that bind pick, while the decider map is gonna be split. And tonight I have alongside me Aggressive as my sidecaster. Say hi, Aggressive.
Hey everyone, and this is going to be a real treat to watch once again. It feels as though whenever I'm casting ESPL, I'm always being put onto a Mercenaries game, or it's probably a GSC Headhunters game every single time. But honestly speaking, I'm really bonding with these two teams, LRX and at this point, Mercenaries, both of these teams, they've proved so much fighting to thick and thin through every single series, every single time to make it down to this invitational. But before we get into the nitty gritties of the matchup, let's talk about what exactly is ESPL. ESPL is a global esports network and tournament platform provider with the goal of elevating players from casual gamers to esports champions. Starting 2021 with a bang, ESPL hopes to grow the Valorant esports talent across South Asia through the PowerUp series. As we all know, the top three teams of the Amateur Cup are already starring in this invitational, and one of the top three teams are LRX and Mercenaries. And here in this invitational, they are going to be facing off against one another to see who's the best teams in the country. For more information, visit espl.gg/Bangladesh for more tournaments like this and fun esports content. We're currently live streaming on ESPL Bangladesh Facebook and YouTube, as well as BongoBD.com. But now going into the matchup, we're going to be headed into the map of Ascent, a pick that is done by the side of LRX. So with this being their home ground, the side of Mercenaries, they need to keep their heels ready.
Well, actually, it is LRX's home ground. I suppose it's their map pick. But nonetheless, the agent picks are coming in as Hermione, the usual Sova player for LRX, is going to log that in. The other players just waiting for their teammates to just call them on. Lethal with that pick onto Killjoy. But one thing we can see from Mercenaries that they do go for that Astra pick on Ascent. And LRX in the last matchup yesterday, they did have to face an Astra in the name of Hate Brew, and they were literally dominated by the Astra plays coming in from him. But Field, on the other hand, he's just a little more aggressive with that Astra, as I have seen in the past few matches. That I don't know how that's gonna pan out for them, but let's just hope for the best. But I'm just excited to see those Astra picks coming in, mainly in this region, because Omen is just so more commonly used in this region, unlike the picks of Astra or Brimstone or maybe even Vipers. But this is going to be very interesting nonetheless. On the other side, Fat with that usual Phoenix pick, Murgaman going for that Jet, Envious with that Phoenix, and Hyojin on the Jet as well. This is going to be very interesting to see this matchup. Both of the team going for two duelists. Although Experiment 52 with that Cypher, I just think that Killjoy on Lethal's end is just a bit more versatile in this map and just a bit more usable, in my opinion.
With the round starting on through, it seems as though Mercenaries, they're opting to go down towards the B side inside. The smoke to spam does go on to a beautiful tripwire coming out from the side of Experiment 52, but that tripwire does get a little bit of damage, but with no kills coming on through fast, he's just gonna heal himself back up. He gets a beautiful one tap down on a Fat, taking down the first initial entry fragger. No more Phoenix to go on through for this matchup. But one by one, the shots are gonna be going on in. Boogeyman not gonna be able to connect that headshot. That's gonna be quite dangerous, but he connects the second one, killing off the Omen almost instantly. But NBS, he's gonna be the one to go in for the trade, but his position is already known. But NBS, he's still able to take down Lethal at the very least, and with this kill, this is gonna be a massive dent when it comes down to the defensive hold of the side of the defenders. But still, the three members still holding down the grounds. One by one, they're gonna make that push, but Fields, he takes the first initial kill down on the Experiment 52, but that's all he's gonna be getting. NBS, he's gonna be able to trade him out. Flash comes on through. Easy kills down for NBS, and that was a very sticky situation initially. I thought that NBS, he's gonna be the first one to bite the bullet because he was standing out in the open completely, but at that point, the market push did not come on through, and that caused a massive gaping hole in the side of the attackers. them losing market control and also losing 2 members without a trade really did hurt their chances when it came to winning that one.
Well, it was a big risk coming in from LRX as they did not even contest for the side. They had no info over there. The plan just went down and they gave the side for free. While on the other side, they did have some market control. They just wanted to control that market area region, taking the Mercenaries players down and just making it a 3v2 in favor of them and then taking the round for themselves. Control not getting the trade on to Envious and just making it so hard for himself, not being able to take that round. While Experiment 52 setting up his traps and cameras is gonna meet all the Mercenaries players right now over at short as Fat and Boogeyman gets 2 up for themselves. Envious with the trade onto Control, Lunatic with 2, Fat with another trade onto it. Lunatic, Hermione cleaning it up onto Fields. And the second round also goes to LRX. A nice clean round, but losing 3 players is gonna be hard on their money right now, as I don't think they even have enough money for a bonus buy. While on the other side, Mercenary is going for that full buy in the form of 3 Phantoms, I should say, and 2 Vandals, all going for full shields. This round should go to Mercenaries on the as we can see, LRX just has 2 Sheriffs and 3 Spectres on their hand. And Envious even going for that half shield for some reason. He still has 2800 credits and the smoke spam comes through and connects so precisely onto Experiment 52's body. On the other side, Lethal getting another one onto Envious. The Sheriff shots couldn't connect onto Lethal. Murgyman facing off 2 players over at B main, and Hermione is gonna get the frag onto him. Lunatic all alone onto short. Are they gonna check it? Yes, they are. Fat taking him down. It's a 4v2 situation in favor of Mercenaries right now.
This is just a pretty hard situation coming down from them. Not really a lot of control. The defenders were able to hold down that B side, but that's all that they rode, because Fat getting that first opening kill down onto the Cypher a little bit too aggressive down for his own accord, but Experiment 52, he just got a little bit unlucky, and all scale coming out down from the side of Fat. Him being able to read that situation beautifully, getting that first initial pick up, and with that Astra Gravity Well, actually able to get a pretty good amount of damage out of the back end. Kyojin, he's going to be the first one to take down Control, get the gun for himself. He's going to be able to tries to break through that wall to see if he can find something. But look at Hermione, that shot that so beautiful coming down from him. Hermione with another one, Fat in a pretty bad predicament of his own. Dash comes down through from the side of Kyojin. And one by one, these 2 defenders just systematically destroyed the entire full plan hold coming on down from the side of Mercenaries, ladies and gentlemen. Beautifully done from these 2 players, and they take the 3rd round on the board for their side in a very beautiful fashion.
How did they pull it off? I still don't know. It was a 2v4, and I think they had Spectres in their hand, but they might have picked up 1 gun from Murgyman. But these 2 just got in there, just using those utilities to perfection, getting those, not letting the Mercenaries players, forcing them to 1v1s and just taking those gunfights and winning them. Both of them come out of that alive and take the round for themselves. What a round coming in for them. This is gonna affect Mercenaries so much this round, as the dart is gonna come out from Hermione. Murgyman with that draft and dash is gonna take down Kyojin. Control with another one onto Hermione as they get the B side just like that. The smokes are gonna come out and the plant is about to go down right now. The knives come out from Murgyman on the over at the B side. Envious is gonna pop that ult off, trying to retake, is gonna inflict some damage over to Fat, but he's gonna get held up by his Molly, while Control on the other side, taking Lunatic down, taking Experiment 52 down. It's a 1v5 for Envious, as he will get spammed through the smoke by Murgyman, as Mercenaries will take their first round on the board.
Beautifully done from the side of the attackers. Not only were they able to get the first 2 initial pickups, and Murgyman did that beautifully. He got so much noise down towards when he made that updraft that he was completely able to get himself down into the side, and even if he got killed off immediately by Kyojin, there were members from his team already ready to go in for the swing and take him down, and Kyojin was completely stationary during that fight. He wanted to take him down immediately, but he was not able to. So either way, he was able to get that trade-off. Beautiful setups coming on down from the side of the attackers, and the post plan aggressive but very effective. But now this time around, it seems as the Mercenaries, they have been activated. They want to go in aggressive, and with The ultimate now being fought from the side of the Astra. They have no idea where the members could be at. The shots are going to be going on in. Let's go on through. They know exactly where Fat is. And Experiment 52 actually has a shot straight to the head, straight to the wall as well. Take him down. Control gets another kill down on the NBS. It's going to be a 4 versus 4 on the map. The 100 Theory has been fought from the side of the defenders to try and find something out. And Hermione is actually going to be able to get tagged. One on the Moogie Man and one down on the Lethal. Lethal takes a biting bullet from the side of Experiment 52. Once again, beautifully done from his end. Moogie Man trying to survive. He spams on away. He's only 15 HP. He has nowhere to run. He has nowhere to hide. The shots are going to be raining on in. Will he die is the real question. There's not really a lot of time to work with Kyojin with the last 5 gets a beautiful headshot down on one. Moogie Man jet style not going to be able to get him down this time around. It's going to be Kyojin then being able to take down one. Control popping out the ultimate. Fields coming in clutch with one. A couple of his own kills. But with Hermione being able to get the skill. He needs to go in quick. He needs to go in fast. But there's probably not enough time. Hermione tries his hardest, but that's all that he's going to be getting. That's going to be 3-2 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Mercenaries. And they survived with the skin of their teeth because LRX, they nearly took this round.
Well, we have to remember, it was an eco round coming in from LRX. Mercenaries, never mind. Mercenaries did win that round, but it was still an eco round, and they got all 5 of the members from Mercenaries to go down. Even though they didn't get the round, it was so hard on the money of Mercenaries, as they are now still on a full buy. We can see Kyojin going for that op from LRX, and Hermione still having 3,200 credits left, even after a full buy with the Vandal and a full shield. Morgiman and his men are gonna go down over at B main, trying to rush B. The ult comes out from Lethal, as LRX has to fall back right now. Lunatic with that ult rotation over at BCT is gonna get the spams down, but is not gonna connect it. Boogeyman, such precise crosshair placement, is gonna take down Lunatic, is gonna dash away. No trades coming in from the side of LRX, as it's a 5v4 in favor of Mercenaries right now. NVS trying to spam his way through lane. He's gonna take down Control. The trade comes in from Fat, and Fat with another flash trying to just make them fall back. The Astra pull comes in. Lethal with the Molly will take Experiment 52 down. Such nice team play coming in from Mercenaries, as Kyojin will take one down, but is gonna get traded out by Fields, as Hermione is gonna fall to that as well.
Like the delayed push coming out down from the side of Fields. He waited until all the members of his team were down inside of the side. He was holding down from the side of Market, then immediately made the rotation down towards the side of B main, knowing the noise being made, and just got those 2-3 kills coming down from the side of B main. No one was looking at him. Hermione was trying to get a kill down on the side. Good distractions from all the members of the side of the attackers to make that round very successful. And from the side of LRX, it would have been a little bit more perfect if they tried to storm down into the side together. They took a lot of the fights slowly, one by one. They didn't go for it fast, and they paid the ultimate price for it. But this time around, it seems as though the initiative is being taken by the side of the members of Mercenaries. They want to go on in. Lunatic tries to go in for those shots. He's going to be able to find a headshot, but that's all that he finds. Kyojin opting to go in for that share. Not going to be able to connect though. Boogeyman with the spray. So be able to take him down. And that's already a 3 versus 4 situation. Boogeyman swats out the shoulder. Easy headshot coming out from him straight through the wall to take down another. And at this point, it's all but over for the side of the defenders. Boogeyman, another headshot, looking for his 4K. Will he be able to find it on the other side? He's going to be able to. Experiment 52 bites the bullet. 3-4 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on forward into the 8th round of this side.
Morgiman just popping heads off, just popping off all over the map, taking 4 of them down in the end, winning the round for his team. As Mercenaries will get their 4th round on the board. Now we can see maybe a force buy coming in from an LRX. Experiment 52 has to go for that half shield and a Phantom. The thing about Mercenaries, they're not really going for that map control type of play or holding any defaults or anything. They're just rushing into sight, and LRX is just finding that too hot to handle. Experiment 52 with some creative traps of his. The pull is gonna come in, and it's just so well coordinated. The trap just doesn't catch Fat, but Hermione left in a very awkward situation in the side. Is gonna get taken down by Fat, as the trade is gonna come in from NVS onto Boogeyman. NVS be taking another one onto Control. It's a 4v3 in favor of LRX right now, as they have to retake the side from Mercenaries. Experiment 52 on one frag onto Lethal. Fat, the only member alive at A main, is gonna get taken down after getting the frag onto Experiment 52. Fields only one alive. Is gonna get He's gonna get 2 of them, but is gonna be traded out by Kyojin as he's gonna get the defuse done in time for LRX to take their 4th round. It's 4-4 scoreline right now.
That was way too close for comfort coming down from the side of the attackers. They could have won out this round, but at the same time, when it came down to the postman positioning, it was a little bit of a question mark for me. Everyone was starting to push in straight through that smoke. They had the spike down in a pretty open area. They could have easily gone for the spam if they just played down towards the side of A main. They did not need to push that smoke. And one by one, they pushed through the Astra smoke. That really caused a lot of issues. Not really what you'd expect coming out from the side of Mercenaries, but still, good round coming out from both sides. 4-4 on the scorecards as the pause does go on through. As now, MRCZ, they need to start and reflect of what exactly happened in that round in particular. Just as I explained, a little bit too aggressive when it came down to what they wanted to do. They should have played together as a team, waited for the smoke to dissipate, and then swing it together. If they swung it together at the bare minimum, they would have wasted enough time for Fields to go in for a proper flank from the side of A short, get a couple of kills, stop the spike defuse, then win out that round. Small mistakes like this will cost you a lot, especially at such a high tier of Valorant. And here, it was the side of LRX being able to capitalize on that to bring it back to their side. And now with the strategic planning going on through for both sides, let's see what the side of Mercenaries have for this round in particular. Because with this round, they're going to dictate the pace of the following rounds as well. Because when you consider the money of the side of the defenders, if they lose this one out here and now, they're going to be a pretty tough spot when it comes to the buys. They're going to be forcing those half shields with those phantoms, or they could be opting to go in for a full save for the last round of this.
Well, we can see maybe I can just tell what Mercenaries is going to do the next round because they have the Astral on them, and we can just they can just execute B side or A side as they have been doing for the past 8 rounds. Only half of the time that has worked out for them. They need to be a little bit more versatile when attacking onto the sites, or maybe even take some map control at the start of the round and then just decide or get any picks with the likes of Murgiman and Fat taking those early fights and then deciding to just go for that aggressive rush that they're doing all this time. And the pause timer is gonna be turned off right about now as we get ready for the round to start. 20 seconds left. The Oni comes out for Hermione. I think there's something going on over at B main. I think the dart is gonna come out and the spam might go down, but will it affect any of Mercenaries players? That's the question that remains to be answered.
Things have slowed down quite heavily, but it is Odin. I'm really hoping to see a couple of kills at the bare minimum come out, but that shock dart deals a good amount of damage. Nothing can be found just yet. The spam does go on through, and Pat is like, nah, I'm reconsidering my life choices. I'm not going anywhere near that thing. He's gonna back on himself off at the bare minimum, and slowly but surely they're gonna make their walk through. The Owl Drone's gonna be coming on through soon enough, but with Kyoshi's position already prime, he's holding down a beautiful off angle of his own. See if he can find a couple of his own shots. Jump peaks are gonna be going on in, and they're gonna be running on down towards this A side. They're expecting an A side push, but already all the members on the side of Mercenary, they're holding it down from the side of B main, sorry. And they're waiting for the push. They're waiting to see for those sound cues, and as soon as they find that opportunity, they're gonna burst down into the side and take control of it immediately.
Astra ult might just come down right now as they are looking to execute this B side. 4 of the Mercenaries members are over at B main as Lethal is rotating over there right about now. The Astral does come in, and Hermione and Kyojin left in a tough situation. Will they be contesting the side? Kyojin trying his level best but does not connect any of his shot. He has to dash away from the side as the plan is gonna go down, and it's a 5v5 retake for LRX to go in down and take the side from Mercenaries right now. The small criminal Murgiman taking one down, but the trade is gonna come in, and it's 3v2 situation in favor of LRX right now, as only Fat is left out on the backside as he's gonna take down one. Lunatic not being careful, but he's gonna get traded out eventually by Experiment 52 as LRX get their 5th round on the board. Good nice round coming in from them, getting that, opting for that 5v5 retake and doing it so perfectly. Murgiman, maybe he could have got a little bit more damage onto the side of LRX, but it didn't really happen in the end as he only got one for himself and missed the other shots onto the other players of the LRX.
Nice try coming out from the side of the attackers. But once again, when it came down to the post-on positioning, they left a lot to be desired for when they didn't feel as though they were playing for the crossfires. They were playing one by one, not really holding down angles that would be advantageous to the other player when they opt to go in for that refrag, and that really did hurt them in this round in particular. They all died solo one by one. But when it came down to the members of the side of the defenders, they all went in together as just one singular file unit. And it seems as though with the push coming on down towards this A side, it's gonna be a pretty hefty rush, that is for sure. Fat, he's already in, and both of the members of the underside of Heaven, they're just burned into a crest. Fat with a beautiful flick off the zone, gets the first initial pick off, but look at the position coming out from the side of Envious. If Envious is able to survive, he's gonna be such a massive thorn in the side of the defend attacker, sorry. And here is already the thorns there. He gets a double kill, but Boogeyman instead is gonna be the one to shut down another. Smoke terminals are going to be going on through once again. Thus, drone has been broken, so no information being given away just yet. The spike has already been planted, so it is going to be the side of the defenders who need to make that push. It's going to be Fields instead, getting the first initial pick up down on the one. Hermione is still alive. He's still kicking. He gets the first initial kill down on the Monkey Man. Drops down. He knows exactly where Fields is, and he's going to be able to find that headshot indeed. Fields, that crouch was a little bit too early, my man, and it was going to be Hermione capitalizing on that small mistake to take that round away from the side of the attackers. That was such a close round as well, because one small mistake coming out from the side of Fields using that crouch in that 1v1 fight, it cost him everything. Good round coming out from the side of the defenders. Take it all away from the side of Mercenaries, and with them being in the driver's seat right here and right now, that's going to be a massive dent when it comes down to the confidence for their side, because looking at their buys, they don't really have a lot to work with. If they lose out on this round, they're going to be forced onto a semi-buy round to go in for the last round of this half.
Exactly. We can see every round is going down to the wire with these two teams just not letting each other get any round whatsoever, as Fat is gonna pop that ult off. Another ult comes out from Control as well. Fat gets the frag onto Hermione. Kyojin the trade onto Murugiman. Lethal with another one onto Kyojin. The trades come back and forth as Lethal is gonna get another one onto Lunatic. While it's a 3v2 situation in favor of Mercenaries, Fat just lurking onto B main. Never mind, Control is lurking onto B main. Experiment 52 and Envious has no idea about him whatsoever. It's Control's round right now as he's gonna get traded out after taking down Envious. Fat with the finishing touch onto Experiment 52, and it's 6-5 in favor of LRX, and LRX might just have to go for this force buy in the last round. Envious with only 2400 credits left, Experiment 52 with 2800 credits. There's not really much they can buy right now, and Experiment 52 going for that Spectre. Envious, I think, got a Phantom from his teammates. Kyojin going for that Stinger, although he has his ult. Envious also has his ult. I think that's why he got a Phantom in his hand. LRX in paper should take this round. They still have 4 ults left in the form of Envious, Kyojin, Lunatic, and Experiment 52. They can use it wisely and in the right time. This round is theirs. There's no doubt for it. Murugiman just getting spotted, just gonna avoid spotting out from that. The recon dart coming in from Hermione. The shock dart is gonna come out as well. Doesn't connect anyone, doesn't inflict any damage. I think he's gonna pop that drone off, trying to get some info over at mid. He's gonna get broken down. Murugiman holding that angle over to Hermione.
We slowed down quite heavily, and I like the slow approach coming out from the members of Mercenaries, but honestly speaking, this slow approach is not really helping them out whatsoever. When they opt to go in for a lot of these massive rushes, it seems as though they get a lot more success. And Kyojin, he made a lot of noise. And with this noise, he's gonna be the one to bite the bullet. He should not have hit that noise. Murugiman, he was ready for it, and with a beautiful shot coming down from him, he takes down one. And with this first initial pickup, Kyojin, he's gonna be in a pretty rough spot when it's moving forward into the following matchups. Man, now holding him down from the side of Under Heaven. Lethal is gonna be the first one to get that kill. And he gets the running back. Be fully proficient when it came down to this usage. Murugiman with a beautiful kill down onto Hermione as well. And Envious, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And it's seemingly, it just could be a 6-6 moving in favor of the side of Mercenary, ladies and gentlemen. But still, Envious, he does get the first initial pick off. But still, the spike has already gone down. And it's gonna be Envious who needs to make this play happen. He goes in for the spike tap. Coming on through, he's actually gonna be able to get a kill, and with this kill, he should be able to shut everything down. Control, he needs to go for the ace! He goes for the ace to shut everyone down. I wrote this man off. thinking that he's not gonna be able to do it, but this is NDS we're talking about. An ace to end everything up. 7 and 5 on the scorecard to end off the first half.
Switching
Beautifully
sides.
done from the side of NDS, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly,
And-
that ace was absolutely beautiful.
That was nuts. Envious just living in his own game. Just not. He doesn't fear anything. I don't get it. When you play this game, you're supposed to be cautious or something. And he's a Phoenix. He's not even a Reyna or a Jet that he can just WP his way to everything. He's just Phoenix, and he plays this Phoenix character in such a way that no one has ever played. At least I have not seen anyone play this Phoenix so aggressively, taking those gunfights and using those flashes in such a way that is just so perfect. But nonetheless, nice clutch coming in from him as his men are going over at a short, who is
Deploying drone.
and is gonna be met by Fat in a while as Hermione gets the drone out, trying to get some info. The Molly comes out to deny any entry. He's gonna deny the entry for some time. The counter Molly comes out from Envious as they go into side, and the dash is gonna come out from Kyojin, while Mercenary is opting for that 5v5 retake with those Astra pulls, Astra smokes that they have left with. All of the LarioX players are on side, and Experiment 52 and Lunatic already low as Murgiman takes down Envious. It's a 5v4 situation in favor of Mercenaries right now. All of the players are low right now for LarioX. Murgiman with another one onto Hermione. The trade comes in from Kyojin. Pat with another one onto Lunatic, and Fields and Murgiman just finishing it up for their team as they take the pistol round in the second half of this matchup.
It feels as though the roles have been reversed this time around. It seems as though both of these teams have a little bit of a problem when it comes down to those post-line positioning. I understand the plan that the side of LRX were trying to employ, but having everyone hold down from inside of the site and the crossfire setups were nice, but at the same time, no one was holding down the push that could be coming on down from the side of Garden. There was only one player holding for the Garden push, and as soon as that holding member, dies on that Garden push, it's all but over. You don't really have a backup plan, because that's the primary reason why a lot of players like to play down towards the side of A main, but having no one at A main really caused them a lot of issues on that round in particular. But still, no harm, no foul. It's going to be the side of Mercenaries being able to take this one away, keep things going for their side. Underman making a slow but sure push to see if he can find something with that judge in hand, but he's not going to be able to find out much. As it seems as though it's going to be a full-blown push down towards this A side. All the members have rotated out and control. He's playing it super safe. He doesn't want to go anywhere near this side because he wants to up to play for the retake. That's what his team wants, and that's what he should do.
Careful now.
Well, the push is gonna come out from Mercenaries as Control is gonna get the first frag here. Kyojin trading it out. Kyojin with another one onto Murgiman.
What? Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was his teammates. I was confused as well.
Even I was confused.
Aggressive, what just happened? But
Spike
Kyojin still lurking over at short. I don't think Fields noticed that, but he's still gonna hunt him down. Kyojin with those right clicks. He's gonna dash away, but it's gonna get taken down anyways by Fields. It's a 3-3 situation, and Mercenaries have to retake the side from LRX right now. Lunatic and Hermione holding that nice crossfire angle onto Under Heaven. The wall comes out from Envious, denying an entry over at short. Lunatic with the first frag onto Lethal. Lunatic with another one to Control. Envious taking down Fields, and they get that 3-3 round for themselves. LRX just pulling it off. And Mercenaries, it was their comeback round. They could have evened the scores, and they just threw that round away just like that. LRX even got 3 members alive out of that round. What just happened? Kyojin just clutching it out for them. Maybe not in the end, but in the start of the round, the trades did come in from Kyojin, and he got that valuable Spectre for NBS, while Lunatic finishing it off for his teammates to get the round for LRX.
That was a little bit of a question mark for me of how the side of the Thunders were able to keep that round out. But still, at the same time, when you give it to the side of LarioX, they were able to hold down the defensive positions really well. And that really just goes to show how dangerous they can be, even on those equal rounds. So they really need to be careful of how they take a lot of these fights. Movement taking a little bit of damage because of that shock dart. He wants to make that push happen, but he's not opting to do so. The shock darts rain on in a little bit more. Hermione trying to get as much ship damage as he possibly can. Get a little bit of info. Get a couple of footsteps coming out from the side of the defenders, so they know for a fact how many players are holding down onto that singular sideline. And with Hermione getting the first initial kill down on a lethal, no more turret coming on down from the side of the defenders. And without that turret, there's no sixth man of the side of Mercenaries. So they're going to be in a pretty tough spot to try and keep things going for their end. But still, no push coming on just yet. LRX, they're playing so passively. They're playing so carefully. Control's going to be able to get one kill. A dink in the head on the side of Hermione. Takes a little bit of damage, but that A side is absolutely open. They can just rush on in, get the spike plant down, and feels he can do pretty much nothing. Sorry, Fat, he can't do anything about it. So they just need to go in for that spike plant, and with Kyojin getting that kill down on the field, now there's absolutely nothing that they can do about it. Otherwise, Fat can just pull off an insane clutch like NBS, get headshot after headshot and take him.
Pretty sure he doesn't have the gun to just one-shot headshot. It's gonna take him down by NBS. Only one player remaining from the side of Mercenaries with a frenzy. Morgan trying to get something done is gonna get taken down by Kyojin as LRX get their 9th round on the board, and they're just playing just a little bit tad better from Mercenaries. It's all coming down to the wire, except for these, save rounds and other eco rounds. Every gun round we see from these two sides is all coming down to those 1v1s, and it's just excelling into that a little bit with Hermione just getting those clutches in for them. Like stacking up outside A this round with Kyojin, with a Spectre, Envious with a Vandal. The drone is gonna come out from Hermione, getting all the info they need. Envious popping that ult off, getting the valuable entry that they need into the site right now. Mercenaries playing for another retake. They should contest for those sites. The retake has not been perfect for this match. Mugiman trying to get some damage over onto Hermione. He's gonna miss his shot. Hermione tagged down to very low HP. He's gonna get taken down by Fields. It's a 5v4 situation in favor of Mercenaries right now. Mugiman taking Experiment 52 down. It's a 4v3 situation in right now. NBS with 1, NBS with 2, NBS with 3. As Lunatic will get the frag onto Fields, and it is all breaking down for Mercenaries. While LRX get their 10th round on the board, they're looking strong, they're looking hungry, they have the money, while Mercenaries have to opt for that save, or maybe a half buy at best in this round. Yes, Control going for that Sheriff, Lethal with that Spectre, Fad going for that Sheriff as well. This is just breaking down for Mercenaries as we see right now.
It's gonna be a pretty tough spot for the side of Mercenaries. It feels as though they're broken down quite a lot when it comes down to a lot of these defensive retakes. If you're not able to opt to go in for that retake perfectly, maybe you can play a little bit more for that side hold, or you can be as aggressive as you possibly can. Mookie Man comes in with Fat on his sidelines to get a couple of kills of their own. Beautiful Sheriff one taps and a beautiful right leg to boot. One by one, they make the push happen. Fat's gonna be the one to take down Lunatic, take down one, but Hermione's already ready, and he's gone in for those kills. Goes in for that wide thing Control. He was not ready for any of that. Gets taken on out. 1 versus 2 situation. And Lethal, he's in a pretty tough spot. He has nowhere to run. He has nowhere to hide. Hermione, he has his crosshair straight for your head. And he's going to be the one to take you out almost instantly. Beautifully done from all the members of the side of LRX. So take another round off the board. 11-6 on the scorecard already, ladies and gentlemen. But that is going to be quite an interesting comeback, to say the very least, because with a lot of the money now not being in their favor, this is the last buy round that they could possibly have, and Mugiman is pulling out the operator as the last attempt to stop any sort of an hyper-aggressive push that could be coming on down from the side of LRX. And if he's able to get at the bare minimum of 2 kills with that operator, I do believe that, honestly, Mercenaries, they have the best chance of coming in for a proper comeback.
Hermione, as we can see, he's just such a player that's just so calm and patient in those tough situations, with those crosshair placements, getting those clean, crispy headshots, and getting the win for his team. being that, man, even though NVS is the one who frags out, I think Hermione is the one who's got the most clutches in for his team, those important clutches, holding up the economy so strong. The other side, Mercenaries, they really need to step up their game. Only we can see Morgan and Fat running up those numbers. Lethal and Control just lacking behind on those kills, but they're doing their job. Lethal just needs to contest for this side. He's just opting for those retakes every round. That's not how you play a Killjoy. If a Killjoy has to retake, you need to save your turret. You need to save your mollies as well. It only, I do think if Killjoy has to play a retake, he should play it only when he has an ult. But in this case, Lethal just every round, LRX is executing a site or going into anywhere. He's just letting them do that and is not even contesting for it. I don't know what he's afraid of, but he should contest for those sidelines and control areas. Last round, we did saw some aggression coming in from Murgiman and Fat. They should have done that a lot sooner, which would have proven fruitful for them. But nonetheless, it's another buy round coming in from both of the sides. While Murgiman is going to get that off for himself, it's going to be very interesting to see how LRX choose to deal with this.
With the round starting on through, it seems as the LRX are opting to go down towards this A side, a much more traditional A side rush approach. Primarily, I do hope that NBS, he is going to be having his ultimate after one ultimate point, so that's why they made them move to go down towards this A side. But at the same time, look at Moogie Man's position, as you highlighted before. That operator is holding on down from the side of A main, but knowing NBS, he always loves to flash this angle before he opts to go in for that peak, and will he be obligated to do so is the real question. Moogie Man missed the shot. A little bit too early, and that hurt him massively for an NBS. He did a short swing of his own, and he punishes Moogie Man heavily for it. Unlucky coming down from Moogie Man, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be a massive problem coming down for the side of the defenders. And with this small initial mistake, could be all but over for their side, because now there's no operator. Lethal comes in from the sidelines, gets another kill of his own, gets traded out almost immediately with another player. One by one, the trades are going to be going on through, and the team that is still winning out on the trades is going to be the side of LRX, ladies and gentlemen. But just as I say, the recon ball comes on through, evens everything up. That's what you can expect coming out from all the members of the side of Mercenaries, ladies and gentlemen. 2 versus 2 on the map already, and this is very much possible for a win for this side. Holding down positions is gonna be Kyojin getting burned to a crisp. Pat done that beautifully, but Hermione is the anchor. Will he be able to do so? He hears the footsteps coming down on his left-hand side. Will he be able to peek it though? In a very beautiful fashion is the real question. The turret blocks off the peak angle. He cannot opt to go in for that swing, and it's gonna be Control instead being able to shut him down. Hermione, I do believe that he could have gone for the swing beautifully if the turret was not right next to him, and with that turret, he just gets body blocked at the very last second. That's gonna be a huge hurt coming on down from the side of the attackers, ladies and gentlemen. But still, that's a breath of fresh air for the side of Mercenaries, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be able to survive for just one round longer. If they're able to hold their economy even more from right here and right now, they're going to be in a beautiful spot. Even if they take the match point round away from them, they're still going to be able to fight for it at the bare minimum with proper buys. But still, you never want to try and fight for match point. It's very important to never put your team under that pressure. And hopefully, the side of Mercenaries, they're going to be able to get a win streak going and get the momentum in their favor once again.
Morgan Man with the operator is gonna get taken out. Kyojin. What a shot coming in from him. Just getting that peek in and taking him down. Feels that fade onto Envious. Lunatic with another one. Fat with that spam coming through onto Lunatic. The 3v3 situation, I want to say in favor of the attackers, as they have left market completely unattended. They could just run onto CT. Fat just jiggling his way for some info over at B main. Trying to get any info whatsoever. Kyojin and Hermione is gonna be meeting with his crosshairs soon enough, as the drone is gonna come out from Hermione, giving some info to Fat to just fall back and play for that retake 3v3. They do have the Killjoy and a Sova left to retake the side with Fat. They're gonna get the plan down just like that. No contest whatsoever. I don't think feels Lethal has got that info. It does have that info right now. He's gonna be able to rotate. Experiment 50 though, the lurk. I don't think Mercenaries Lethal is expecting this. Is gonna get tagged down to 29 HP.
Oh, nice.
Experiment 52 also tagged down to 11 HP. 3v2 situation in favor of LRX right now. Fat does have a flash and a wall left. He's gonna pop that wall off. Get that flash in maybe. Control with one onto Hermione. Backside. Kyojin holding strong still. He's gonna get taken down by Control after getting that frag onto Fat. Control with 4 HP left. Experiment 52 with 11 HP, but there is no time left for him to defuse and get that round for the Mercenaries. While on the other side is the 12th round going in favor of LRX. We are now at match point, and Mercenaries have to opt for that force buy, getting those Spectres in. Only Mugiman, I think, going for that Vandal buy, and he's the top fragger for his team right now. The other side, we can see Envious, Hermione, and Kyojin fragging out for their team respectively. We can see the ult coming in from Hermione and Kyojin as well. On the other side, Fields got that Astral, but I don't think they can put that much use of it on the defensive side of this game. Mugiman with that aggressive position over at B main, holding that angle alongside Fat, maybe just baiting for him with a Spectre. That is Mugiman. Kyojin reads it perfectly as it's gonna get taken down. The dart comes out, it's gonna be broken by Control. As Control and Fat now in a very tough situation as they got 5 players in front of them just rushing in towards the side. Envious with popping that flash, but the dash comes in from Kyojin. Control with 2 of them, the spam comes in, getting that collateral. Control with another one onto Kyojin. Gets the classic out, but is not going to be able to take down the 4th one. Fat just lurking in on that green box is going to take down Experiment 52 is a 1v1 on the side right now as Lethal has to rotate over through Market. His rotations are so slow in this matchup. Hermione now left in a 1v1 situation, and we know what he can do in those 1v1 situations, staying so armed. The ult is gonna be coming down from Lethal, and I think Hermione might just be going for that counter ult. No, he's gonna play it a little bit more aggressive as the Molly is gonna come down, tagging him down to 50 HP, and he's gonna get taken down by Lethal. Headshot comes in. Very smart play by Lethal, should I say, because he knew that Hermione would push over from that stair side, and he put that molly in purpose so that he can just pop it off, tag him down to so low HP, and get that headshot and win the round for his team as they got their 8th round on the board.
A little bit of a panic coming down from the side of Hermione. Not really a side that you see a lot often, but still Lethal. As you just stated, he played that beautifully. Using that ultimate and expecting a push coming out from Hermione really just go to show how skillful he is and how versatile he is whenever he's on this kill, ladies and gentlemen. And with this, they keep their tournament dreams alive for just a little while longer. They can still hold down this map as hard as they possibly can to keep things going for their side. But now, with the pushes coming on down towards this A side instead, the ultimate has been popped from the side of Fat to try and get a little bit of a difference, and it's going to be Fat getting the first initial pick off down onto Kyojin, taking down one, and double kill with that Judge. He's able to shut down the push completely, coming on down from the side of A short, and with this first initial pick off, they are ready, and they are gunning for a couple of their own plays. The shotgun's going to be coming on in. He does get the one. He's probably going to be able to get a second, but Control instead is going to steal that kill away, and that's going to be a flawless round coming out from the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a happy round coming out from them as well. They are going to be feeling a lot more comfortable. They're going to feel a lot more motivated to keep the fight going, take us down to a 12-12, and set us down onto match overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Because at this point, I'm really hoping that the side of Mercenaries can do it, because they're showing a lot of promise and they're adapting to the strategies coming on down from the side of Mercenaries. But is it too little too late? Because one small mistake from the side of Mercenaries will cost them everything, and we're going to be headed into map number 2 if they're not careful.
Get out of my way!
Well, Mercenaries just stepping up their game, peaking those angles with such confidence. We could see in the last round, Mugiman going for that judge play, getting those dashes in, and just being so unpredictable for LRX to counter. Mugiman getting some damage over onto Hermione with that Marshall, cannot do anything but get that shock dart in. Mugiman with another spam coming onto short is not going to connect with anyone, while he and Fat is going to rotate over to Heaven. Mugiman with the knives out is going to camp down onto in this smoke NVS may be expecting this, holding off those sidelines. Kyojin popping the ult on his own is gonna hold still over at short. No map control whatsoever for both of the sides. I should say Boogeyman still with those knives. The molly is gonna come out, denying him any sideline whatsoever. And he's gonna get the headshot onto Kyojin. What a shot! Another one onto Hermione with those knives. Getting the third for himself on Experiment 52. NVS at last getting the trade on him. And he will get taken down by Fat. Mercenaries, the comeback is real. It's 12-10 right now. 2 more rounds to go for them if they want to take this map for themselves. Maybe going into overtime.
Also really good round from the side of the defenders. Honestly, Boogeyman's Korean jet impression really goes to show. Beautifully done coming out from him. Absolutely no fear. Knows the position. Knows how to hit his shots. And those knives were absolutely crispy. At the very end, it was a little bit questionable, but still NVS, he was jiggling left, and he just put on his dancing shoes, and he was literally just dancing all over the map at that point. So you cannot expect to hit those shots at that stage. But still, one round coming on down from the side of the defenders, and I honestly thought that maybe, just maybe, it could have been another tricky round coming on down from the side of LarioX, because they had a lot of control coming on down onto that round, but still, Boogeyman's heroics really did shut them down beautifully in that round in particular. And one by one, the push is going to be coming on through. It's going to be NBS with a run it back. Difference, but he's stuck. He's in a rock and a hard place. He has nowhere to go.
Down B.
He's actually going to be the one to make that difference. He shuts down Lunatic. He's not going to be able to take side control, and that's going to be a massive hit when it comes down to them. But still, side control is already been established. They can run down inside as many times as they want. He's going to be the first one to take a couple of the frags of his own. Kyojin knows for a fact that they are going to be opting going for that reload, but Fat's going to be the one to get that trade instead. It's going to be 2 versus 2 on the map already. One of the members is already very low, coming on down from the side of LRX. It's going to be in a pretty tough spot, but still the Astro Stars are going to be going on through. What is he going to be opting to use is the real question. Will he opt to go in for a pull, or will he opt to go in for that stun? When with that wall, they have no idea that the sound fuse could be coming on through, that the spike diffuse could just be going on through, but still one flash could be present from the side of the attackers, and that's all that they need to try and make a little bit of a difference. But defense will survive. NBS is actually going to get more. It's going to be another.
No.
Do that. You played with their feelings, man. You went into
No
the wall.
way.
You juked it left. You juked it right. You headshot at Fields, and you headshot at Fan as well. Beautifully done from the side of NBS, shutting everyone down. 26 and 16 to end up this map. This was the NBS show, ladies and gentlemen. He is an absolute beast when he's on that field.
I still cannot digest what I just saw right now. Envy is just dancing with that wall coming in from the Astra. Fields just not getting that trade in, and Envy is taking that round for LRX. I had such high hopes for Mercenaries to come back, but in the end, one small trade just costed them this map number 1. But stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to map number 2.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp Series ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ দুটি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ দুটি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন।
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. We were kind of confused of who's going to be starting this one off, but still, nonetheless, let's get everything started. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the lower bracket finals of the matchup of LarioX versus Mercenariez. And this time around, it's going to be my boy Kirito coming on around. He could not find his Asuna, so he's now here with me. This time around, we're going to be headed into the map of Find to see what the side of Mercenaries can do to bring everything back. It was a really good showing on map number 1, but when it came down to map number 2, it was a little bit more of a it was a little bit of a question mark for me on map number 1. What the side of Mercenaries are possible for them to win everything out right then and there, but the small mistakes happening here and there really did cost them everything. And hopefully they're going to be able to remedy those mistakes, play those post plans better, and get as many rounds as possible when it comes down to their own attacking side. Because if they're not able to get a lot of rounds on the side of attack, it seems as though the defense coming down from the side of LRX seems absolutely indestructible, especially when you consider Envious. This man, he's literally on fire, and he's also playing that.
Absolutely, and not only envious. I have to say, Experiment 52, I do is assuming he's shifting. Yeah, he is shifting to Raze in this map. And he's just such a beast with Raze. He's just flying around everywhere, getting those nade kills, getting those satchel kills, and he's also providing good support to his teammates as Raze as well. Doing some damage, clearing those angles out so that his teammates can move in, and especially in regions like in Hookah and also in Belong, he clears those so fast and so efficiently. But on the other side, we do see Mercenaries going with the Astra and the Killjoy lineup coming down. And in Bind, I have seen them play against teams, especially, I mean, I think they've faced LRX in this map with this lineup too. The coordination between Lethal and Fields with that Astra and Killjoy utility, gravitational concussion and the Killjoy swarm nades working together and sucking them into the nades. I mean, those are really well timed by them, but they just need to even more focus considering that this is their own map pick and this LRX already have the lead from the last map. So it's going to be an interesting fight to see for sure. A lot more pressure on Mercenaries than usual, but let's see if they can pull something off that might put them in the lead early on, which they definitely will need.
See what you can expect coming on now from both of these teams, because now with the stakes being so high for the side of Mercenaries, their backs are against the wall and they need to make a difference here right now. Feels opting to go in for the Astra on this map in particular. I really did like that idea, but at the same time, look at the side of LRX. They have that Viper, and I would have personally loved to see a Viper and an Astra go on together onto the same side, because if they did, honestly speaking, this would have been quite an interesting matchup to say the very least. Control gets flashed out, so he cannot come and help his buddy, and that's gonna be a pretty massive dent when it comes to their sidelines. One by one, they get those kills. And with this, seems as though a lackluster approach already, a little bit of a communication gap coming on through. Really did cause everything on that run in particular. Experiment 52, one by one. Oh, what a flex shot coming down from Experiment 52. Just slapping Moogie Man in the face with that frenzy, taking down one more. With this, it's a 1 versus 4 already, and it seems as though the round just started and it's already over.
Well, such a quick round coming out from the side of LRX. And I think Mercenaries, they were trying to play a bit aggressive there, but if they were trying to play aggressive, I think they should not have used those Killjoy and Astra utilities. I mean, it was already placed in the side of B. They were ready for good setups while the push was coming in from LRX. They could have done some damage, possibly even get a couple kills out of those utilities. So I don't know if going aggressive was the best idea, especially knowing how aggressive LRX are. But what has happened has already happened. We do see LRX going with the bonus weapons, Spectres in hand, Hermione even going with the Bulldog. And they're rushing Shower right now in B, so a lot of pressure on these players in the side of, side A, my bad. It is Fields and Control who are gonna face a lot of trouble. Envious immediately getting the first frag with the Spectre. The weapons advantage clearly showing. We do see a couple of shorties in hand of Murgiman and Control holding strong in Hall. He's not making much noise at all. Not trying to give away his position. They're gonna have to play retake as the bomb plant is down outside Showers. We do see Fat with us. Frenzy, a close range fight coming in, but he's gonna bait out the flash of Envious. He's gonna get taken down. And a second one onto Hermione, but there's a flare on his left on top of the box. The ultimate gets two, not the third though, because Lethal trades Control with one of his own, but traded out by Man 52, 1v1, and he's so low on HP. Lethal, there's nothing he can do. He's even cornered down by that nade, and the round goes in favor of LRX.
That was a little bit of a hard fight to see at the very end of it all. Lethal, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and if he went for that rock, he has a nade in his face, and if he wants to go for that hard place, there's a running gun inspector on his side. A little bit of a technical difficulty coming on through, apparently, from the side of Lunatic, so we are going to be going in for a pause, but at the same time, honestly speaking, it feels the Mercenaries, their backs are against the wall. I like the strategic aspects coming on down from the side of the first round, but that was not executed as well as it could have been, because with Control getting flashed out almost immediately, the positioning was just not really there. The flash timing was not there as well. Really did hurt them a lot when it came down to that, so they were not able to go in for those swings, and I'm expecting them to try the same thing this time around as well. 3 members are holding down from the side of B, and the question is, will they play aggressive or will they play defensive? Because with Fields being already present on that Astra, he can easily play for a couple of his own leads, smoke off the back end, and then immediately isolate the members holding it down from the side of B main, who have pushed up already, stop any pushes coming on down from the side of B long, using that Astro smoke, and then this immediately, it's just an easy execution with that flash, get those 2 kills, rush back out, you have the mana advantage. Even if you get 1 kill, that's more than enough to keep everything going for your side. And I'm really wanting to highlight a setup that I recently saw during one of the pro matches, where a Killjoy placed a turret down near from the side of B Cubby, and that turret took the first initial contact of B main. And as soon as that turret made first initial contact, the Phoenix immediately flashed, and he himself just swung the corner because he had the info that players were holding him down from that angle, so no one could push him, and he had an easy fight to take in a lot of these types of situations. And I'm really hoping that Mercenaries, they know the strat and they know exactly what to do. Beagle's having a little bit of fun with this turret in the background as we do wait out this technical pause. But now, what do you think that the side of Mercenaries can do? Because they need to get as many advantages as they possibly can down on their own attack defensive half. Because when it comes down to the side of defense for the side of LRX, I do believe they have the massive advantage having that Viper on their side.
Definitely the Viper doing damage whenever he walks through one of his utilities, one of her utilities, my bad. But having that Omen as a smoke too is really advantageous, blocking off those exits, not having, damaging smokes, but the smokes are there nonetheless. So double controller coming out of LRX will be really effective in defense. So I think Mercenaries having that Astra and Killjoy, that should be their play. They should use those utilities to the best they can. As you said, those setups that you talked about from both of these agents are really useful. So this is the buy round. They do have a lot of their utilities in hand, fields, and lethal. I really think they should work together and coordinate these utilities to hamper the defense. And knowing how aggressive LRX are, especially this being an eco, a lot of teams do like to play aggressive and rush during the eco rounds, even in defense. I do expect LRX to be doing that. So they should definitely try and get some damage done, possibly even some kills with those utility, making it easier for them to play the post plant or possibly even deny the plant if they do decide to play aggressive in sight. So that is my take. I think Fields and Lethal really should focus on their utilities. And this being their first buy round, they should be where they sort of start that momentum build up, get a foot in the game, and get some rounds in the board from this. So this could be the changing point for Mercenaries if they are properly they're able to properly utilize this combination of Killjoy and Astra.
See what we can expect coming out from them, because now that things have slowed down and with the technical pause coming on through, I really do believe we are going to be going into a small break, because we've been talking for a little while. We need a water break for ourselves, and let's just set everything up for the team so that they can have the best possible game moving on forward. So let's see what the problems are, and we'll be back with you real shortly with the ESPL Invitationals in just a little bit.
It's yours, let's shine, come on.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESPL Valorant PowerUp Series 5 Invitationals matchup in the lower brackets between LRX and Mercenaries. We're in the second map, and we're in the third round of this second map where we're seeing Mercenaries in a 2-0 losing streak. They have lost 2 rounds in a row, but this being their first buy round, a lot of pressure on them to sort of take the momentum lead in this matchup. And we're going to see an aggressive push from LRX coming down in this A side from A short as a utility, trying to deny them the entry, but Envy has just squeezed through, spams coming down from fields, but the Viper utility is going to provide cover. Really good usage of these utilities coming out from both sides, especially LRX. They're able to get the bomb plan down in default position. They have control of U-Haul. Control is going to try and retake that control with his drone. He's going to provide Pat with some information, a good flash, but he doesn't get a frag. He's gonna fall back with the running back also, but still 5v5. No frags yet to go down. 3 players holding in this U-Haul, and they're gonna spam down frag, getting a frag, but Herman will trade much lethal with 2, but 21 HP only. He does spot one more player. It's Kyojin in this copy region. He gets taken out by control, but Lunatic with his trade. He's got a second frag as well. Only to a classic, and he gets double peak. Control gonna finish it off, but the Viper utility doesn't buy enough time for them to deny the defusal, but we're going to see Mercenaries taking the first round in the board in their buy round with rifles. But good economic damage done, though, from the side of LRX, taking down 3 players. And it was a convincingly good site take from them, using the Viper utility and the Omen utility as well to go get the bomb plan down and have control of U-Haul for so long. If they had some better weapons, maybe this round could have gone very different. So a really well played round from both sides. Good defense coming down from Mercenaries, and a very much better post-plan scenario coming out of them. So we will be seeing them with 1 round lead, LRX with a 1 round lead, my bad, and they will be aggressing towards this B site right now with their rifles, which is their buy round now, but this is a really strong hold coming out from Mercenaries. Holding in this B-long region in the garden, as you might call it, Fat. He's just holding with that flash, and as soon as he sees the Killjoy's alarm bot being triggered, he's gonna go for a peek. Lethal's gonna get the first frag onto NBS Kyojin with the trade, and he gets the second one onto Fat. 55 HP, he's falling back. Spirit 52 though, he's dropped from Hookah, and they don't realize it, but Control's fighting for his life, but he has to TP out as the players have control of B site.
Now with the B-side control already being established, they're going to be in a pretty tight spot to try and survive this onslaught at the bare minimum. And honestly speaking, Boogeyman is in a pretty tough spot of his own. He only has a judge to take this fight. He has no way to swap out this gun either, so he needs to take as many close-range gunfights as he possibly can to try and get everything done. But the good news is that he does have a dash, and he also has an up-grab to work with, so maybe he's going to be able to find something. What's up, Experiment 52? He tries to make a run for it. He tries to go towards the other side. Control's going to be at his bag, but Kyojin's the one holding down the crossfire. He's not going to be missing those easy shots. He takes down one, and 1 by 1 is just a systematic disman off the side of the defenders. They just get taken on out 1 by 1. They have nowhere to run. They have no one. That's going to be 1 and 3 on the scorecards already, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of the attackers. And with this, LRX, they're starting off this map with a bang, even though it was a win coming on down on the first buy round for the side of MRCZ. But in the long run, that's going to be a pretty rough round indeed, because when you consider everything, only 2 members were able to survive on that round, basically meaning their economy, is non-existent at this point. So they need to go in for a save and come back even stronger in the following round.
Definitely a tough spot economy-wise, Mercenaries. We're going to see a big aggression coming down from the side of LRX in this B side. Our pressure from Hookah, but we do see 3 players aggressing on this B-long position. A good flash by Fat, but doesn't matter. Those rifles are going to spam away. Hermione with the second kill under control. Lethal does get a trade, but only to be taken down by Hermione. It's all onto Fields with a classic. He's all the way in this A short, best outside market. And I don't know if there's much he can do right now. He doesn't have any armor either. He does have some master utility, which he can place. Well, maybe get some kills in. But let's see, he's trying to aggress towards Luka. If he can pick up a weapon, maybe do economic damage. I don't think even 1 or 2 kills is gonna be much at this point. But LRX are aggressing on him right now. This Viper utility is gonna stop him, but oh, the TP is in the right play. Kyojin, he didn't check if there's anybody there. He gets 1 more, Mercedes! Feels. This is really good economic damage, and Hermione, he's stuck with the classic. He's gonna pull out the shock dart. Only 33 HP. If that connected, that could be it. But Fields, he's gonna switch back to the... What is happening? They're just jumping around back and forth. And oh, Hermione picks up a rifle, finishes him off with a 4K. Significant damage done though. Although it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They
Very
still have
important
enough
to
money.
specify that. Very important to specify that at the bare minimum, but still, really good round coming on down from the side of LarioX. They were able to take control, but at the same time, he's got to be feeling good about himself, that's for sure, because he's in a pretty happy spot at the bare minimum. I do believe that Experiment 52, he wants that glitch pop Phantom, but I don't think Parvati wants to give that away just yet. A little bit of banter when it comes down to the synergy from both of the players, but still, good round nonetheless. 1-4 on the scorecards. That was an eco round, so no harm, no foul. They're able to do a little bit of damage, move on forward in the next round with the proper buys. And now, with that arrow coming on through Fat, he's not gonna get the corner. He's actually gonna get caught. Envious! You just did not do that. You turned around, you killed Fat, and then you killed out. Boogeyman as well. That was absolutely beautiful. Fields coming in with another kill of his own. He just jiggles around left, he just jiggles around right. Precise gunplay indeed, ladies and gentlemen. One by one, they get it all down. And look at that lineup coming down from control. He tags on Experiment 52 to a little bit of HP, but that's all the chip damage that he can do. But now down to this 2 versus 2 situation. It's gonna be quite rough at the bare minimum, but I honestly thought that the Viper, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I thought that the Raze was the enemy as well. I thought he was just whiffing his shots.
Let's just keep it going. That's gonna be another save run coming on through from the side of the defenders, but I don't.
No more.
Well, we're gonna see a post plan situation coming up, but oh, we do see a frag taken by the Mercenary side. LarioX trying to clear, going for the hunt onto Lethal. They won't find him in this elbow region. They might right now if they check that angle. This shock that could do some damage to him, but it completely misses him. He's gonna be saved by the bot. So we're gonna see another round going inside of LarioX. 1-5 the score. The first round where they actually don't completely eliminate all members of Mercenaries, where they actually win to the bomb explosion, the spike explosion. So Mercenaries now in a tough spot. That was a buy round, I think, and they completely lost all their money on that. They think they would have preferred to win a buy round at least, but right now they're a tough spot economy wise. But they're gonna be going for a sort of a half buy, all specters in hand. Lethal does go for a rifle and feels he's gonna stick with the frenzy. And they're holding really aggressively towards this B side. I think if they play a little bit more passively, let them walk through the utility of Killjoy and Astra first, especially in those buy rounds, and take down those damaged players. Maybe they're gonna have some more success. Hermione with the first kill with the ultimate onto Fat, trying to get a second. He does tag Murgyman, I think, but Murgyman, he's trying to updraft away. Blocked by the smoke. Hermione and Sperm 52 right on the other side. They're spamming away, but Murgyman, Hermione!
Play number 2.
He gets it through the smoke, and it's a 3v5. They still have 3 ultimates available for Mercenaries. I mean, they can try to do something with that, but this Viper utility usage coming down from the side of LarioX. Lunatic playing really well. He's gonna force Fields out of that position and get that kill easily with his Vandal. And he's even going for more. Experiment 52 just satcheling up onto the truck there.
Enemy remaining.
And Hermione with another shot onto Lethal. Control does get a frag onto Hermione, but from behind Kyojin doesn't matter. Lunatic is the one who's gonna get the frag with the Viper. And a really well played aggressive round coming out of LarioX. 6-1 the score. They are ahead by such a big margin. And it's not looking good for Mercenaries.
Pretty rough start, especially when you consider it's their full map. I would have expected a little bit more confidence coming on down onto this map in particular, but it seems as the LRX is the one in the driver's seat. But honestly speaking, you can never count Mercenaries out, no matter how bad the situation is. We saw what happened in map number 1. They were in a pretty tough spot, to say the very least, to try and hold down the fort, but they were able to come on back, take us down to a 10-10 scoreline, and try and make things even at the bare minimum, but that's all that they are going to be getting, though. Not much more than that. Try and pull things down. It's going to be bad. Option to use to run it back. Option to go in from that TP to try and get a little bit of information at least for his team. Probably going to be able to get that kill. And it's the last bare second. Fat comes in clutch, taking down Kyojin. And with that kill, there are no smokes left for the side of the defenders. Sorry, side of the attackers, sorry. And now this execute has just got even harder. But NPS, he does not opt to take that ultimate point. He wants to slowly but surely walk himself down towards this B side to see if he can get a little bit of an advantage for his team. The drone comes on through. Try and make a little bit of difference as well. And NPS, he wants to get this kill, but Lethal, he's in the prime spot to shut everyone down. The grenade does come on through. The push is going to be coming on in as well. They're not going to be chaining down those corners. Lethal does get one kill. Lethal gets a second, and Hermione's not going to be able to get that read back. 10 HP and a dream. Shutting everyone down towards this B side. Wants another kill, but the 252 is going to be the one to shut him on down. 2 versus 4 on the map already. Control gets one kill. Fields gets another. Shutting everyone down. 1 and 4. Down 1 and 6, sorry, down to a 2 and 6 already. Beautiful round coming on down from the side of Mercenaries. And just as I stated before, you can never count Mercenaries out. They can come back from pretty much any situation because this team, they know how to adapt on the fly.
A strong foot for Mercenaries is to be able to improvise on the fly, and that is exactly what they did there. They played on the Astra utility fields, especially using that turret to scope out the players. He did see that Experiment 52 did peek that, and he got the information, so he peeked at the right time, dodging that nade, getting 2 frags, very useful to his teammates there, setting them up for the post plan. So right now they do have another buy round. They did win the last round, so this should be where they try and utilize their momentum, try and get some more rounds in the bag, playing with that confidence boost. But right now NVS, he's rushing towards this A side through U-Haul all the way towards the backside and leading Lunatic behind him as well. He cleared the entire side there, and Mercenaries are giving it to him. Lunatic, he did take position right behind that run it back. They don't know he's there. If they really try and aggress back to U-Haul, they might get taken out by him. On the other side, we do see the bomb still with Kyojin inside of LRX, and he's gonna TP to shower right now. Let's just give away a lot of information. And the ultimate used by Envy is getting taken out by Murgiman. The ultimate is being used by Lunatic right on the default plan spot. Fat with another frag on the Lunatic. The ultimate is cancelled. We're gonna see the Hunter's Fury come out for Mercenaries. Control trying to find a frag. He won't find much. He doesn't even get a tag, but his feeder shoot this week on a lot of information will be given away to his teams. Just as they jump out, they're gonna spot them. They know the bomb is over here. And Mercenaries, the bomb plant is yet to go down. The bomb is still in the side of LRX in Hookah. 52 getting spammed through that wall. He's gonna send in a nade, not doing much damage. The bomb plant finally going down from the hands of Kyojin. Inside, Fields with the first frag onto Experiment 52. 5v2. Kyojin getting a frag, but traded by Control. It is all onto Hermione, but he doesn't get as Fat backstabs him from Hookah, and the defuse is going from the side of Mercenaries. And they're gonna take one more round.
That was a really good round coming down from him. And just as I stated, whenever you give Mercenaries the chance to adapt, they will do it beautifully. And that retake is the prime example of what they can do if you give them the chance to hold down the side properly. As soon as the call came on through that, hey, I got that first initial pick, let's just back on off. All the members of the side of LRX, they thought that, hey, this is going to be an easy side take. We're going to be able to hold down the fort. But little did they know that they were walking into a death trap. All the setups were done, especially on the map of Bind in particular. We saw what happened when it came down to Astra, when it came down to map number 1. On Ascent, sidelines are pretty long. There are a lot of corners to hide behind. But even if you pull someone, you're not really going to get a lot of angles because there are not enough entry points. But on the map of Bind, one single entry point can give you multiple different angles, and that Astra can pull off pretty much anyone of any defensive power angle and push them forward into one single side and stun them out, smoke cell out, and then is feeling himself. I'm not just gonna say anything. You need to take it away. I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, he threw the smoke all the way from CD to Hookah. I don't know how he got that shot, but making this a 5v4 in favor of Mercenaries. But Lunatic really aggressing on this elbow angle, and he's gonna not gonna find anything. Lethal with 2 frags, traded down by Kyojin, but he's gonna get taken out as well. The bomb is down in this elbow side. It's a 1v4. Hermione peeking this angle onto a low Lethal, but he slow peeks that, and Lethal's gonna hold that angle, see the gun barrel, and go for the headshot. And Lethal playing so impressively in that elbow area, getting 2 frags, even though his teammate was traded out. Still got a frag and a triple kill to finish things off. And at the start of the round, Fields with that headshot. I mean, Mercenaries are sort of getting into the groove, understanding how LRX are playing, and also improving their own gunplay at the same time. And they're slowly starting to look dangerous for LRX. If they do give too much room to Mercenaries, they might end up losing the lead. Again, we are seeing the Astra and Killjoy setup coming down on the side of B, which is helping them so much in these later stages of the first half. The LRX now onto this A site. There is still a lot of utility they need to cross. Even a shock dart coming down from the side of control. Fat jiggle peeking for information. He's gonna see Kyojin. And we're gonna see another player spotted. I think that's Kyojin playing the Omen, who's gonna get spotted out. Or it could be the Viper, I'm not sure. I couldn't see from the silhouette. But Fat going for another peek.
Oh,
the flash.
no.
Did the flash go in the TP? What?
Yep, the flash
Okay.
just went inside of the TP. The poor flash probably
He
flashed.
could have gotten
absolutely
a
nothing.
frag. He could have gotten a frag there possibly. But they now now know of his position. As we're gonna see the Viper utility being placed from the side of Lunatic towards this A side. Oh, Fat going for a peek, just severely damaged.
Ooh.
And who's just alive for 1 HP is gonna fall back and try and go for a heal. Even gonna use his wall. A lot of utility being used to get him back to full HP. Astro utilities are also being deployed by Fields, and the side take yet to be done. We're gonna see Hermione pulling the ultimate, but control! The Kyojin walks into the frag there. NVS getting one Hermione with his
30
ultimate.
seconds left.
Control taken on by NVS, making this 2v4. And Mercenaries, they do still have two ultimates, Fields and Lethal. Both stuck in this CT, Fields in heaven. He's trying to get a tap onto NVS, but there's Hermione right in this green box position. He's trying to spam away, maybe get some damage in. Oh, the Astro utility, but doesn't need to use that because Lethal's gonna get the first frag onto Hermione. As we're gonna see the ultimate being used from Killjoy and Lethal.
Player standing.
Even the Astro utility being used there in the end. NVS getting the fast frag on Lethal. Fields with a second one. And there's only one. Oh, the last
Oh
one is detained.
no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Lunatic, he's detained. A second, he doesn't get it. And he gets the frag as well. What? How did they win that?
Last
I don't
round
know.
before the switch.
I don't
felt
know.
a little bit too
It's your
questionable.
turn. You take it away. I don't know, man. This is too much. I don't know how they're
Like
doing this.
some of these rounds are going so questionably that I don't even know what's happening. I'm trying to break this down from an analyst perspective, but how do you break that round down? That was an absolute horror movie at that point. The ultimate was taking on down. They were taking those fights, and Fields just puts up an Astro Wall, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna defuse this fight." And Lunatic's like, "Should I go? Should I not go? Should I go? Should I not go?" And at that point, he's like, "Nah, it's too late. I'm just gonna stand here in this ultimate of the Killjoy." A little bit of a question mark for me when it came down to those lineups as well. The position was there, but they could have played for the Viper lineups instead of opting to go in for that type of plan spot. But at the same time, Viper is an agent that really thrives on bind when it comes down to those defensive rounds. And once again, NVS, he just full sends himself. He's like, I have an ultimate, I'm just gonna hold my W key, I'm gonna go into their spawn, I'm gonna break their doors down, go into their house, and then slap them in the face and then come back to my position. That's exactly what he's doing every single time, and he's doing it beautifully.
He didn't
But
really
this
find
time around,
anyone.
the ultimate is going to be coming on down from the side of Experiment 52 to try and delay the push for as long as it possibly can. Fat, he tries to jump on down without using a flash, and he's going to play the ultimate price for us with his life. But Fields is going to be the one to go in for that trace. One by one, the traces are going to be coming on to the left, right, and center, and it's going to be inside of LRX being able to come out on top with those trades. Kyojin finishing with everything off to a nice headshot on the face control. 5 and 7 on the scorecard. So end of round, sorry, half number 1 as we go into half number 2.
Yeah, really crucial round loss there for Mercenaries. To end things in a 6-6 would have been the most preferable thing they could have asked for. But in the end, we do see them trying to go in these dry picks, trying to go in without coordinating for trades and stuff like that. So in the end, it is going to be in LRX with the lead in the second half, going to the defensive half with a Viper. And this is where the aggression slowly, I think, needs to go into passive play, because I think Mercenaries 2 are going to play it really slow with Fields and Lethal taking the driving seat, guiding the teammates into the sites with the utility and setting up for those post plans. So I think LRX, if they do take a bit of a slow approach, sort of bait them into the site and then go aggressive, that could really be the play. But I think Hermione's going to go aggressive, which does spell his doom as Murgiman takes him down with a well-placed headshot. Tried for a shock dart there, but didn't find anything. But a really good Viper setup here, on the A site by Lunatic, and he's gonna deny entry to Fields and Fat, at least for so far, as the utility does eventually run out. But I think the players of LRX have set up for more of a passive play. We do see Experiment 52 all the way in heaven. Lunatic still holding outside U-Haul. He's gonna pull up those walls and smokes again. His Mercenaries, they're in a bit of a stalemate now, not really sure what they're gonna do. We're gonna see Control lining up his recon to start the push towards A, I think, but we do see Lethal still lurking in this B side. If he gets a frag there, this could be really huge. Rookie Man with a second fight with a follow-up onto Lunatic. Experiment 52 also taken down as the rotations are coming in from the side of LRX. But oh, over there, Lethal, he's also doing some damage, but Murky Man lurking from heaven, getting a frag onto Kyojin, a triple kill for him. And the only one alive is Envious, who was fighting with Lethal, I think, a while back onto this B side, but he's gonna fall back as Lethal, Envious making a bunch of noise towards the CT. He does predict that Morgiman will be standing there, and he gets the kill onto him, baiting him out with a jiggle peek, but he's only 25 HP. He doesn't have any utility to heal himself, but he does have a couple of flashes. So let's see what he tries. Still stuck in the CT position.
How much that he can do at this point? He's just gonna full send himself, run it down, and see if he can get a kill at the bare minimum. But feels with the right click, he's gonna shut him down. Good round indeed, coming on down from the side of the attacker. Slow, steady, and well paced. As soon as one kill came on through, the other kill came down simultaneously. And this is very important. You do have to remember, you need to wait until one of your team members get the first initial kill, then you can swing the corner that you wanted to swing as well. Because when you get that first initial pickup, that basically is going to send the other members down into a panic, because the calls are going to be going on through, the voice comms are going to get flooded with positional calls, and with that momentary hesitation coming on down from the players, you can capitalize on that, jump them down, get those headshots, and take it all away. Using that to their advantage. This is going to be the side of Mercenaries being able to make that difference. Them being able to take that was very crucial, to say the very least, but they need to be very careful, because we saw what happened in map number 1. 50 rounds are very easy for them to win this one out. They're not checking those corners. Envious he could be the one to shut everyone down if he plays his cards right.
Oh, no.
And he gets way too greedy, and he pays the price for it with his life, not even getting one kill, and one by one Mercenaries. They just clean everyone up. Flawless round indeed for their side. And Envious, he could have just taken down 2 players, but a little bit too greedy at that point. The 7 deadly sins really did hurt him on that stage.
A little anime reference there if you didn't know, people, but Envious paying the price for his, a little bit too much lurking, or whatever you might call it. But another round going in favor of our Mercenaries. They're gonna tie things up 7-7 the score, and we're gonna see the first Byron coming out from the side of LRX, going for those full rifles. Lunatic the only one with half armor, but Mercenaries with a flawless round. They're all still stuck in those Spectres, but considering how they're playing with those Spectres and how they're closing the range on the players of LRX, like that Hermione just got so scared. I'm out of here. Spectres in close range could, in some cases, overpower the Vandals, but Kyojin with the first frag onto Fat, and we're gonna see Kyojin spotted out by the drone of Sova, which is Control. And they're just still holding the side. Feels. Oh, Envious! He's gonna take down 2 people. And a triple kill. Morgiman does get one more frag there, but he immediately traded out. And Hermione gonna finish things off on Lethal, who was stuck in a corner. Nothing can do, and such a fast execute by Mercenaries, but even faster cleanup by LRX, especially Envious. He's just fragging like he's been doing this his whole life.
Yes, he's just feeling himself a little bit too much. I envy this man right now, and no pun intended, because he is just on fire. Those shots are so crispy. The spray control, the spray transfers, and also his movement. Everything is in sync. It feels as though he himself is in the game right now, moving around, using his gun, using his aim to the fullest potential. One by one, systematically dismantling any sort of hope that the side of Mercenaries could have to try and win that round out. But at the same time, I'm really looking to see what they're going to be doing right now. It seems as though Fat, he pops his ultimate, he uses his running back to get a little bit of information. Lunatic is actually able to dodge everything out. Fat, he's gonna think no one's holding this. He's gonna get taken on out. The amount of nukes coming on down from the side of Lunatic. He's able to shut down 2. Lunatic, you just don't do that. You're an absolute madman, just like your name suggests. Beautifully done from Lunatic already. 5 versus 3 on the map. I have nothing more to say. This could be all but over for the side of Mercy.
Wait, I thought things could change there with a quick rotation coming down, but a little gap in the smoke there from the Astra will give them to allow them to get a Fields
Oh,
good mow down, but doesn't do enough. As the Spirit 52 shuts him down. I thought it was a really convincing rotation coming out of Mercenaries. For the first frag there, I think it was taken by Hermione. Not sure who got, maybe Control got taken out, I'm not sure, but that first initial frag changed my mind. Then Fields does that. I thought, okay, no, maybe Mercenaries going to win this again, but he's gonna get taken out. A really good attempt from Mercenaries, despite them being taken out earlier on, having that man disadvantage. They were still able to put up a good rotation, possibly even go for the post-plan scenario, but we're not gonna see that as LRX are gonna clutch it out with another buy round this time. They're going full rifle, but Mercenaries, they're in a really tough spot economy-wise. You can see a really mixed buy coming from them, Control and Lethal with Sheriffs, a couple SNGs for Fat and Fields, but Man, he's gonna try and go for the Vandal. I'm not sure if this is the best idea. Man, despite being the duelist, not getting as much as frags as he possibly should, but he's still gonna go for the Vandal, which I would preferably hand it to Fields, who really played well, aim-wise than the rest of the team. But we're gonna see what Man can do right now, playing the Jet. And it's some Killjoy utility being used by Lethal and the entry being done by Man. Oh, he's gonna get taken out by Kyojin. Kyojin spots him through the dash, spans him through the smoke. And Kyojin with a second frag onto Fields, but a trade by Fat. Envious gets one more onto Lethal. Fat's gonna shift to a Spectre. Hermione finishes off Control. So what if I might say, and they're rushing onto his position there. A good Molly coming down from Envious. He's only 5 HP, but Hermione finishes things off. What is this setup from LRX? There is no way Mercenaries are able to counter this. Whatever strategy they're coming up to entry into the site, there is some kind of loophole. There is some kind of player who's just holding a position, but they just come into clear vision of them. They don't check that angle, and he opens up the kill feed.
This is the power of the Viper. Like, I always talk about the Viper, especially after the recent changes that did come onto her, that she is such a driving force whenever she is playing on close quarter maps. On the maps of Bind, Breeze, Icebox, she's just so good, primarily because she can solo hold down a single site, allowing so much time for her teammates to walk themselves in. And as soon as that Viper smoke goes down, there's another smoke already present. She has her toxic bites make that difference happen, and this is such an incredible factor as well. One by one, they're making that push happen, but once again, Lunatic, he just gets a double kill. He kills Fat once again. Fat boozling him almost immediately. He has nowhere to run. He has nowhere to hide. Control. He's looking for this kill though. He knows for a fact that Lunatic's holding got down from that side. One by one, they're making the push. I think he's playing it extra safe. He doesn't want anything to happen down to him. Man does get one kill, but that's all that he's gonna get. And Hermione, he just clicking heads. He goes left. He goes right. He flicks up. He flicks down. Taps those heads one by one. 7 and 11 on the scorecard for the side for LRX. So pretty, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing more to say here. Just clean, impressive gunfights coming down from all of their members, and also very smart play as well. And it seems as at this point, Mercenaries, they're just rushing it down onto the side. There are no strategies happening whatsoever, Kinito. And it's kind of lackluster. It feels as though they're playing ranked instead of a tournament match.
Definitely, they're not really coordinating as much as they can. We do see LRX with impressive counter tactic plays, especially when we saw that. I think they used some of that the Sova drone to spot out the players in U-Haul at A site. As soon as they spotted a player, they used the Phoenix Molly to sort of block that out. Fat used the Molly, but immediately we see Experiment 52 putting a nade out there to sort of stop that fast push coming in. So they couldn't push into the U-Haul region to maybe get a frag there, and that's gonna keep Lunatic alive and able to use that Viper utility who get 2 frags there. And as soon as they pushed in, when the Molly ran out, he was able to peek and take down those poison players who lost 30 HP as soon as they walked through that utility. So good play. I mean, compared to aggression, I'm seeing a lot of smart decisions made by the side of LRX as well. And that is something that I think that they really should have done in the upper brackets against the match against Exili. But regardless, they are really impressing me against match in Mercenaries. And on the side of Mercenaries, they really need to improve those coordinated pushes, push in with the utility. They have a Killjoy, they have an Astra, play for a pick, then maybe move in, but not just give away those frags to the side of LRX.
Pretty rough start coming out from them, but honestly, when you consider MRCZ, They're a team that can actually win this one out if and only if they're able to rally together as a team. And hopefully, as they do take this pause, they're taking a deep breath and they're huddling it down together, understanding each other, taking a little bit of a break. And this is super important. Whenever your backs are against the wall, whenever it's down to a 7-11 and you're down in the loser's bracket, you need to use this a lot of time. A lot of the teams don't understand how important these tactical pauses actually are. In these scenarios, you don't always need to talk about strategies. If you're on a massive losing streak, if you're down a lot of rounds, just take the time, relax, sit back, take a couple of deep breaths, and come back together when you have a calm and collected mind. And this is exactly what the side of MRCZ are doing, I believe, in my eyes. They're folding down, they're talking to each other and understanding what they want to do because now it's their do or die. If they make any mistake here, it's all but over for them. They don't have the buys to even go for a proper buy on this round in particular. So if they lose here on this force buy, they don't have anything to fight for the match overtime, and that's something that you do not want to fight for whatsoever, especially when the stakes are this high. So they need to try and keep things going. And for the side of LRX, they need to just keep on doing what they do best. They need to hold down the fort. They need to try and get as many advantages as they possibly can. Use that Viper to her fullest potential and keep things going on their side. And as Muriman is going to be calling in for a ready, we're going to be getting that match timer started up once again, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to be witnessing the do or die for the side of MRCZ.
A big gamble for Mercenaries indeed to go for these rifles before the match point. If we lose this round, this is a match point for LRX, and they're gonna have to play that match point round with eco weapons. So a big gamble for them to go for full buys in this round. And we're gonna see aggressive positioning from the side of LRX outside this B hookah. And if they are able to get some opening frags over there, that's gonna spell the doom for Mercenaries. We do see good positioning being held by Kyojin, and the start is not good as Murgiman gets taken out. The duelist is out of the equation. And we're gonna see an ultimate being used by Control. He does trap the players, but he doesn't find anything. He's missing all the shots, and they dodge it beautifully. Some, but Fields does get a frag in. The trade is done onto Hermione. A big player down for LRX, but still envious. He's gonna hop out of hookah. He's gonna spot Lethal. He's gonna go for a spray transfer. What is happening? But Lethal's the one who's gonna survive with only 21 HP. And it's a 3v4. Might as well be a 3v3 considering how much HP Lethal is in Kyojin. He's gonna be left alone. And as all the players are gonna be pulled towards the B side, they're going for a quick rotation as the smokes are being placed immediately by the Astra of Fields as the bomb plant is yet to go down. They're trying to go down. The Phoenix Mall isn't going to connect. It's going to allow Experiment 52 and Rudy to push in. They're going for the frags, but from behind. Control with one more frag. This could be the dream come true for Mercenaries as Kyojin is on the flank. The only one alive in a 1v4. The gamble might have paid off for them unless he pulls off a miracle, which he doesn't, and Field gets the frag, making this an 8-11, and Mercenaries are still in this.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Taking some deep breaths, using the tactical timeout beautifully for their side. They were able to collect themselves, come back even stronger on this round. And even though they had a lackluster start with Mogiman dying off almost immediately, it was Fields opening things up, rallying his team together. And for the side of LRX, they got overly greedy. They constantly wanted to go in for that push. They wanted to opt to go in for a fast rotation, but that was just not the call. Even though they had that first initial pickoff, they know for a fact that constantly they have not been opting to go in for fakes, and they opted to go in for the fake right here and right now to make that difference. Good calls coming in from that IGL to go for a fast wraparound location play to take down, to try and take down as many advantages as they possibly can. Quickly done from their side, but now this time around it's season for Mercenaries. They want to go in for a fast execution down towards this B side, but Mogiman is really low. 19 HP. He has not much to work with. Hermione gets one. Lethal gets another trade of his own. Kyojin gets actually going to be able to get 2 kills. No one trades him out. And this is going to be a massive dead for his side. And Control's going to be the one to make that difference instead. Coming on down from the side of Hookah to take down another. But still, it's a 2 versus 3 situation. We're still at the disadvantage, but Fields is taking an aggressive position and probably going to be able to catch out Lunatic if Lunatic is not careful. His crosshair is not at head level. And if Fields peeks this corner, this could be what he needs to shut everyone down. Fields, he's going to be opting to go in for that swing. That's spot out one.
He spots both of them.
Enemy remaining.
Oh no!
Last player standing.
And
Spike down B.
And it's all onto Experiment 52 who's rotating from the side of A. The bomb has been dropped. It's going to give him some time to come back. He does have
30
an
seconds
operator
left.
in hand. He does also have an ultimate if he goes for the and the TP coming out of control. That has to be frustrating as he's gonna have to rotate. But the distance is shorter for Experiment 52. He can come with an aggressive position as he pulls out the ultimate. He spots him, but the ultimate doesn't connect, and he's only stuck with the classicest control. Gets the frag. How does he survive that ultimate with 67 HP? And he clutches it out. Mercenaries 9-11 the score. They are still very much in this, and I think LRX is sort of having that cold feeling creeping up from their backs on their spines that, oh no, what if they win another round and we're gonna be forced into an eco? They could just join us in this 11-11 scoreline. And considering how coordinated Mercenaries are playing, even if it is we don't see that early on, we do see Murgiman and a couple of players dying while doing the entry. They are still doing the entry. They are gaining that ground for the team. And after that, the coordination, the utility usage coming out, especially from Control and Lethal, is so well executed. Now Fat, he's gonna pull out the running back, trying to push through this A-short region. He's absolutely destroyed with all that utility, baited out from the side of Experiment 52, but a lot of ground gain for Lethal as he takes on Kyojin. He's aware that the player is in U-Haul at 52. He's gonna find a frag onto Fat, but Lethal with the trade. So does Fields find one, taking down Lunatic. Hermione trying to use his ultimate, but doesn't connect anywhere. And it's a 2v4, almost a 2v3 as we see Lethal very low in HP, but Envious, he's gonna peek him at the right time. Murgiman taken down, and the bomb plant is gonna go down. They do spot control going into a shot, playing the ultimate. Envious, he's gonna use the run it back to take care of Lethal. He's gonna pick up another gun as he's rushing in, but Fields, he's on behind enemy lines. Can he find the body? He does! Fields just going undercover, just going stealth and backside and taking down both of them, taking down the run it back. What a play coming from Mercenaries, and they're one round away from tying things up, and LRX are in a horrible condition economy-wise. They might even have to go for a force buy if they're feeling brave. And I think they are. They're trying to force their way. So a lot of pressure on them, but if they are able to pull off this Thrifty, then maybe we're going to see a match point for LRX. A lot of pressure on both teams in this round.
Seems as though it's gonna be a judge round coming down for almost every single member. One by one, they pick everything up, and this is gonna be an eco round because you'd have to consider they have enough money to go in for the proper the following consecutive round. But look at Experiment 52, he wants to go in for that kill, but the judge does fail him in this round in particular. And yes, he wants to go in for the shot. He does find one at the bare minimum, but that's all that he is gonna be getting. Not gonna be getting anything more than that. So there's not much that they can do, and this retake situation seems almost impossible when you consider they only have judges to work with. Only a couple of judges, that's all that they have. They need to make this push happen slowly but surely. They need to make it go as fast as they possibly can. The judges are going to be making their way forward. Remember, man, he has a better weapon. He has to go in for that shot. Control gets another kill off the zone. Control with a double. 11 and 11 on the scorecards. And with this tactical pause coming on down from them, Mercenaries, the comeback season is in session. 11 and 11 from a 7 and 11 scoreline. And honestly, LRX, they're gonna be in a pretty tight spot because now it's their do or die. Kyojin, he pulls out the operator, the last ditch effort to try and make things happen for his team. Will this Omen be able to make that difference with this op? Is a real question. And will he be able to find everything right here and right there?
4 rounds in a row for Mercenaries. That tactical time, we know we keep talking about it, but it's so valuable for them. Control using the ultimate, gonna tag out one player, run it back, I think being used by the Phoenix. Oh, Experiment 52 doesn't quite find the frag onto the Killjoy. Lethal surviving just barely. Experiment 52 also dodging those bullets back and forth. This NVS finds the first frag onto Fields. Morgan with the trade. NVS with one more frag. And a second one by Experiment 52. What is happening? Lethal finally trading it out, making it 2-3. But the players are already here for the rotation. Kyojin with the operator shot, but Fat with the trade. Making this a 1v2. Fat, he has to clutch it out for his team, and he's going to TP all the way to B. As both of the players, they're caught in, not the both of them, only NVS is caught in that Killjoy lockdown, and they're gonna both TP through heaven. But he is only one orb away from that ultimate. He has to clutch this for his team. We're gonna see a teleport coming in from Omen, and he's gonna clear out this elbow area quite exactly on elbow as the wall is gonna come down from NVS, keeping them access to the bomb. They're gonna clear out the entirety of the site, eliminate all options where he could be. If he goes with the peak, he will find Kyojin right now, but the smoke is there, and he doesn't connect the shot onto NVS. And it's gonna be a defuse for LRX as they win this round, making this a 12-11 match point for them, ending the streak of Mercenaries. But Mercenaries aren't quite out of this just yet. This very well might go in overtime. They are gonna suffer some momentum loss, but they did come back from this. They did win 4 rounds in a row, eliminating the entire roster of LRX every time. So I'm not gonna count them out. Instead, I think I'm gonna put my chips on them. Considering that they are backed in a corner, they should be more aggressive and be more cautious of their surroundings and cautious of the play of LRX.
Let's just see what we can expect coming down from them, because now that NBS, he has that running back, he's like a very, very dangerous player. Because as soon as he pops a running back, it seems as though he's absolutely unsolvable. Just as I talk about a running back, it's gonna be Fat popping off his own running back. Flashes are going to be coming on through, and this is so smart coming on down from the side of LRX. They give the respect, they just back on off. They don't want to do more than that. And Lunatic, he's just going to be a thorn on their side. And Lunatic, almost going to jump over the top of their heads to try and make that difference happen. But still, Lethal.
Oh,
Lethal. Lethal, he's going to be the difference maker for everything. With a turret on his side, Lethal just about to survive, but still, it's gonna be Hermione instead being able to take down another. The spike has just not yet gone down. The tag does go on through. Fat, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He needs to make this push happen. Will he be able to find it? Is a real question. The dashes are gonna be going on in.
No.
He's gonna be jiggling left. He's gonna be jiggling right, but that's not just gonna be enough. Instead, it's gonna be Fat being able to take him on down. The recon ball does go on through. He's probably gonna spot out Control. They know exactly where Control is. He's pretty much in no man's land. The spike is also in no man's land, but Control's gonna be the difference maker. He's actually gonna be able to get that one kill. It's all down to NBS. He needs to cause this one out, and NBS is gonna be the guy to look for it all. NBS, he is absolutely fearless. He doesn't jump peek. He will wide swing you into oblivion. Beautifully done from NBS to take everything away. 11 and 13, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, to finish everything off. And it's our boy NBS. When it came down to map number 1, he came in clutch. And when it came down to map number 2, he came in clutch once again. This guy is on fire. 20 and 17 to end everything off for this side. And feels he was absolutely outstanding on this Astra, putting everything on the line for his team and doing what he can to support them. But at the very end, those small mistakes, the small misplays costed Mercenaries everything. They had the momentum on their side, but they let that momentum get into their heads. They played a little bit too careless, taking a lot of fights that they didn't need to take. That's what really hurt them at the very end of it all. But still, good try coming down from them, and hopefully they come back even stronger in the following tournament. And for the side of LRX, good job to you all. You move on forward into the decider finals.
Really well played match from both sides, and I could not have asked for anything more. Maybe I could have asked for Mercenaries to win that and go to a third map, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to see the end of this matchup as LRX take the win, and they're going to advance into the next stages of the lower brackets, taking on Mercenaries after a big win. They're definitely feeling themselves confidence-wise. So that is it from us today. From the side of ESPL, we don't have any more matches, but stay with us. We're going to update the schedule and everything. Stay with us on the Discord. Follow the page, share the stream. And tomorrow is the grand finals. Is the upper bracket finals, I think.
Grand finals.
It is the upper bracket finals, ladies and gentlemen. So stay with us in the ESPL page, and we will be streaming that match for you guys. So for now, we're gonna be leaving, saying goodbye, and aggressive. Say goodbye to the people. Come on, don't be such a shy kid.
Why do I need to be a shy at this point? Thank you everyone for watching, and we're going to be catching you tomorrow for the grand finals. Make sure you do not miss it, because that's going to be Exceeding going up against the side of LRX. If LRX is able to show the same amount of form as they had in this map and on this set, there are going to be a driving force on tomorrow's match. So see you then.